This is ESPNcricinfo top action of the day, powered by Star Sports. And again, India's bowlers powering them to another emphatic performance on day 3 of this final test match at Ranchi, nearly at the brink of victory now. And Sanjay Bangar is with me to look back at the top action of the day. Sanjay, let's start with the first session. We're very pleased for Shahbaz Nadeem, who got a late call-up to this squad, got his test debut at his home ground. And of all the ways a left-arm spinner can perhaps get a wicket, been very pleasing that he's deceived the batsman with the turn and saw Temba Bavuma stumped.
Seems a very clever bowler,
Yeah.
and all the experience that he's gained over by playing the number of first-class matches that he's played came to the fore. Brilliant to watch because he tosses the ball in the air, and I mean he varies pace quite a bit. He bowls at 75, he bowls at 81, he bowls at 86, so he can vary the pace. And I mean he was also using the subtle variation, so you could see that after two balls, after aiming to turn two balls, he was probably looking to hit the pads as well.
Yeah.
So all in all, very impressive, not only by what he did with the ball, but also what he did on the field, because he seemed to be very sharp. He was quick to the ball and in effecting that run out. So all in all, he's got a multi-skilled player. That's always good to see.
Yeah, good day in good first day in the field for Shahbaz Nadeem on a day where India have managed 16 wickets. You'd think there were a number of good moments for India's bowlers. Let's go to another one from the second session of play. And Umesh Yadav, who continues this fine return to India's test team and getting rid of Quinton de Kock, whose makeshift move of putting him up the order to open the innings has definitely not paid off. What a fine innings of 100 in that first test, Sanjay. After that, Quinton de Kock's got 4 single-figure scores, and this, you could say it's been a forgettable test match for him. But what's happened in this one? It looks like Quinton de Kock's just completely stunned and the off-stump has gone cartwheeling. Just take me through the analysis as to what Umesh has got done right and what Quinton de Kock's done wrong.
Well, what Umesh has done right is he's always attacked the stumps, and I mean most bowlers would want to attack the stumps, because you miss high hit, it's not only applicable to the lower order but also to the top order.
Yep.
And here what I feel is that maybe the South African batsmen have got their game plan wrong, because most of them are playing in a fashion wherein they are looking to avoid the leg before decision. So I feel that the pitch is playing into their mind, the lowness of the wicket, and the fear that they would get out LBW a lot, and that means that by anticipating that, they're playing inside the line of the ball, and because of that I think most of the dismissals have happened.
And as the pattern continues, the trend continues in this series, the lower order for South Africa putting up more of resilience than the top order. And Tinus de Bruyne in the final session of play, a little bit of personal history for him, becomes South Africa's first concussion substitute and only the third man in Test cricket to have that on his name. And coming out to replace an injured or a Dean Elgar that was hit in earlier on in the day, and ends up top scoring. It tends to happen, these little things. Mustn't be easy though for a batsman who's probably got his feet up, not in the mindset to really go out and play, and perhaps at the what is clearly the fag end of the series has been said to just go out there and have a crack. Yeah.
Can be counterproductive as well, as far as the opposition is concerned, because what happens is that when you're not playing and you are sort of practicing, you're not really thinking of the game, you have not been involved with the grind of Test cricket, and with that you're sort of mentally fresh. So that can help the batsman quite a bit, and he played with a lot of freedom, and that has been a trend that we've seen, like with Labuschagne in Australia, and Blackwood for West Indies.
Yes.
So I feel it's showing that it's always good to have those backup players. So teams no longer will only plan for 11, but they'll also have to plan for 15. So taking into account what Indian team did, I mean they were wanting to play 3 spinners. And they brought in Shahbaz Nadeem, so maybe I think the planning is going in the right direction.
More than 11v11 game now, but Tinus de Bruyne staring on what could be a nice little 50 if he can notch up 20 runs before India pick up the last couple of wickets on the 4th day. But many thanks to Sanjay Bangar. We'll get more thoughts from him on what would be the last day of this series. This sums up another ESPNcricinfo top action of the day, powered by Star Sports.